Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News. This is the weather and lifestyle news show. And do you remember yesterday I told you about that radioactive playground? Uh, is the Instapot ever too big? No, no. Boy, William, I almost called you. You might want to jump on my show with me today. It's a lot of world news happening. You might have a lot to say. Anyway, I lo and behold, I complain about it. The media ain't doing nothing about it, and lo and behold, they all went to town on it. ABC, NBC, they all got it. So, well, I don't think it had anything to do with me, but I think they finally found it, and it started to be known what was going on. And so the Weather Channel's got a really good clip on it, and I know I did the report on it yesterday, but I want to go ahead and huh. I wonder why it did that. Huh. Um, I guess I'm having whatever issues. Huh. Well, that never happened before. um, Let me retry this. All right. I was all excited about this too. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There. That's what I was looking for, folks. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start this and let the Weather Channel tell you what they found out.
A significant amount of radioactive contamination has been found at an elementary school in Missouri. Jana Elementary serves about 400 students from pre kindergarten through fifth grade in suburban St. Louis, where nuclear weapons were manufactured. Waste from those weapons was dumped near the St. Louis Lambert International Airport, which sits on a creek that flows into the Mississippi River. Jana Elementary is in that creek's floodplain. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has been working on cleanup there for several years, but a new report has confirmed fears about contamination specifically at the school. The report showed waste up to 22 times what was expected in a kindergarten play area. Significant levels were also found in dust samples and the school's kitchen, library, HVAC system, and classrooms. The report said inhaling the waste can cause, quote, significant injury, unquote. School district officials said in a statement Friday that they were consulting with attorneys and experts on their next step.
Oh, well, yeah, they better get some attorneys. I can imagine all the horror with the parents at this point. Um, and I'm glad I found it yesterday morning. I really am, because that was something that, like you seen me yesterday, I was a little hot under the collar a little bit and said, this wasn't right. Why isn't it all over the news? Cold. Oh, right, cold. Uh, and snow. Yeah, there is places up north that got up to 2 to 3 inches. They said that wasn't expected, but wow, we got snow, early October snow. And of course, Susan says hello. Uh, and William says he's ready. So I'll probably get a hold of you before. That means 2 days in a row, William. Now, I got William by William. Do you have hair? Before I say I'm gonna drag you in by your hair, cave woman style, to do two shows, one today and tomorrow. I better make sure you want to be drugged by your hair, and if you have hair, Susan, do you think he's got hair? I think he does. I bet he's got thick, real thick hair. See, he's a shadow man. We don't really know what he looks like. Huh. And I did get a hold of that wedding couple to see if I can possibly show their wedding pictures. They are right now on their way to Mexico, right around Mexico City, for their honeymoon. So see, I knew it, Susan. I knew he had plenty of hair. Uh, Maybe that hat, we got to get him a bigger hat. So, all right, folks. But boy, I have a lot of news. Well, this is kind of for the world news, but you know, Weinstein is really bad when Mel Gibson testifies against him. And let me see if I can find out. I got these. My computer is so slow because I've got a zillion tabs. Um, Mel Gibson is set to testify against Harvey Weinstein in the rape trial. The judge ruled Friday that the actor could, and he's disgraced with him. He said after two felony convictions from earlier 2020, now Gibson's willing to step forward, and he learned of the alleged incident after it was basically it happened. Um, According to Gibson, the witness um, basically confided in him, asking him what to do, and made quite a few remarks about what was going on. Then they say all of a sudden a feud turned between Gibson and Weinstein. So it's about time some of these stars come forward and say what they know. Um, I think a lot of the Hollywood stars went off on their own or just disappeared because, you either play or you don't. And so, um, all right, Susan said he has long flowing locks. You think he was a hippie in the 60s, the 70s? Bell bottoms? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think he's real close to my age. Um, and Judith is in the room. And if you are listening and on your phone or computer, and you want to say hello, jump on in our chat or put it below in the comments, and we'll throw you on the board. All right. So we have some nasty temperatures going on again tonight. Make sure all your plants are in. We talked about that yesterday to keep them. I got mine in, and my little trumpet tree looks very happy to be warm and then watered because it loves water. You know what I'm going to have to do is pull up a picture of the trumpet tree to show you guys. I've showed it a couple years ago when I first started, and he's kind of bare. They left him out last year in the freeze, and I didn't get to him, and he lost all of his leaves, and he was just a stick. And then I see other people that got them, and I'm like, oh, I'm jealous. I got the Charlie Brown version of the trumpet tree, except for it's not leaned over yet. So, yeah, I got Charlie Brown. All right, so we're going to get to the weather and see what we have in store for today and tomorrow.
Here's a look at your national forecast for Tuesday, and cold is going to be the big story for the Northeast. Well, you are dealing with chilly temperatures today. The rain has ended for the most part along the coast, but those winds will still be sticking around. Now, through the Midwest, we are looking at cold temperatures, and the flakes will be flying still through parts of the upper Midwest, especially the UP of Michigan. Down to the south, get your jackets. Temperatures running below average, and this begins a couple of day trend of that cold weather. Out to the west, we're still seeing above average temperatures, and we're going to continue to see that into Wednesday as well, although it starts to get a little bit cooler there Wednesday, especially along the northwest coast. Now to the south, we're still dealing with another cold day on Wednesday. Temperatures running below average, especially in the morning. That's when you'll see some of the coldest temperatures. And up to the north, where we're looking at 40s and 50s for daytime highs, so you'll be seeing temperatures below average too. And to the northeast, while you stay dry, those winds will calm down, but take a look at those chilly midweek temperatures.
Oh boy. So it looks like it's like who said it? It'll warm up come the weekend. Well, guess what I got? Um, of course, coming up next. Um, of course, it's going to flip flop. That's what it does at this time of year. I was like, okay, cold, and okay, we're done with the cold. Now, come on, warm weather, because, we have to get ready for these tornadoes that Arkansas gets when the warm hits the cold. Now, I hope we don't get that because this is a big setup for that, folks. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. Oh, wow, look at that. Cold and warm. So it's going to bring temperatures to the opposite.
This pattern is going to look very different going into next week. Right now, we have warm air in the west and really chilly air in the central and eastern U.S. But watch how that changes. The pattern flips around and turns everything upside down with a cool west and a warm east. But until then, get ready for the coldest air of the season so far in the east with chilly temperatures on Wednesday. But by Friday, look at how that warmth expands now in the center part of the country, 10 to 20 degrees above average. even warmer as we go into Saturday, and that warmth continues to slide east. In the meantime, we've got that cool air spreading across the west. On Sunday, just look how warm it's going to be in many spots. Chicago, 75 for you. As we go through the coming week ahead, you will find that those warm temperatures remain in the east with likely above average temperatures, and in the west, temperatures will likely be below average.
Okay, there we go. So as you can see, here we go. Here comes the warm. So you guys are getting a good dose of Arkansas weather. If we get the cold and then we get the warm. It has even been 80 something degrees around Christmas time here. It just goes back and forth, back and forth. We don't see snow in the South till January, after January, February, sometimes even March. And then March, we're going into tornado season all over again. So uh, the status on my property, it looks like we'll be signing this week. Everything's going really well, financing, everything. So it's getting close. And I done told everybody, grandma or me, I get a she shed just for a studio. So I'm really looking forward to it, getting a little she shed and setting it up just for my studio. Looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. So a few times, I'm hoping a few times a month to go on up there and do a show from up there. We got to get everything hooked up though, as soon as possible. Everything is strung there to the road. We got to cut a road into the property and then start putting everything in place. We're very excited. All right, so you guys don't want to hear about that no more. Go on with the news, Ellie. On with the news. All right. Well, I think if my computer is so full, it's acting up on me today. Um, it was jittering. All right, we only have about 37 earthquakes, and they're not very many, and they're spread out again. They're in the fours and fives. Nothing big has happened in LA. Like everybody was scaring, they were like, boo, guess what? Boo, everybody gets scared because LA's going to have a 10.0. It's been all over the news last week. And I hate it when they do that. No need to, um, no need to scare people. Now, come on, I didn't get the feeling. I have more of a feeling that a volcano is going to blow than I do a 10.0 in uh, LA. And I think it might be around the Aleutian Islands. Uh, I don't think Hawaii, because Hawaii's already blown up. Now, and Yellowstone is kind of calmed down. So I'll get to the big ones over in South America. Orville, Chile, 5.0. Just above it, they had one in Bolivia. That was a 4.3. And you go up to the top around Jordan, Colombia, that was a 4.7. It was 4.9 earlier. Um, and then George, Nicaragua, 4.6. But realize, folks, there is a chain of volcanoes that run basically from Colombia all the way up, Nicaragua, El Salvador, all of those small countries down there. It's almost like a line of volcanoes. And so I'm not sure if they drilled into theirs like we did ours. And, you're going to get some rumbling, but they are rumbling and smoking. Um, and over on the islands, like around Puerto Rico, they're getting twos again, 2.9s. Then we had one on the mid Atlantic Ridge, the Rick James Ridge. That was a 4.6. And I think that's kind of due to the one they had in Iceland. Um, you're like, okay, get over to Alaska and the volcanoes. Well, they weren't bad. Up in the northern Yukon Territory, which is very odd, but there is a fault line that runs up that way. Um, uh, it was a 3.3. I would rather have them get all the shaking out of the way because, it snows very heavily up there in Alaska. And during the earthquakes, it does cause quite a few um, uh, Oh, avalanches. I was lost for words there. So you'll get a lot of avalanches up in Alaska, and they usually don't talk about them, but they do. And it sometimes it'll even cover a village, and they're digging themselves out. All right, so downward into McKenzie, Alaska, Point McKenzie. You know, I almost moved there. I was like, oh yeah, I seen that show, and it was like, that's where I need to be. And no, I moved to Arkansas instead. So, or I stayed in Arkansas. All right, over towards Japan. Furukawacho, Japan at 4.4. Boy, these names. Um, I Karen has been gone. A lot of you have been. I got a couple emails. Where's Karen? Where's the Karens? And well, Mary's in the middle of trying to move and get things done, but Karen's father passed away, and I'm kind of leaving her be because um, the funeral and all of that, I'm just kind of letting her be for now, but still send a lot of prayers for Miss Karen. Her and her dad were very, very close. All right, so onward. Mariana Islands at 4.9. Then down in the Banda Sea, they got a 5.0. Then as we move over towards Fiji, Vanuatu. Vanuatu had their volcano. I mean, it looks like a big volcano island. There are people that go there just to get married in front of the volcano. This one is active 97% of the time. So if you want a volcanic wedding or anniversary or some really good pictures and selfies, you could stand there and it even blows up behind you. You know, there's been people, at least 3 people have accidentally fell into the volcano that's there. One is a researcher, and he fell, I think, almost 1,000 foot. So I'm just rambling, y'all. Just I'm just rambling away about this stuff. All right. So a Murghab Tajikistan, that was a 4.2. We go over a little bit further to Turkey. Dagenil, Turkey, got a 4.0. And then over another one in Turkey that was a 4.2. So Turkey is really rumbling, and that is really odd for it to do that. Now I'm expecting it to move closer over to Italy within the next few days. Now, where do you say, okay, so what's up with California? Well, Lopez Point, they got a 2.7. And then the geysers, California. The geysers have been hit quite a bit. And um, I'm wondering if the geysers, if they haven't been talking about the volcano that's there, that's has not been active. Um, um, Clear Lake is there, and they have a thing called Clear Lake Diamonds. So if you're ever in California, go to Clear Lake, and there these the glass is laying all over the beach. You could just pick it up. It's beautiful, and they call those Clear Lake Diamonds. It's the only place I think you can find them in the United States. All right, so we're going to move on. So that is earthquakes. And where do I think anything's going to hit? I'm still guessing on something up around Alaska with the volcanoes, and maybe right south of the Bay Area. I don't think it's going to be big though, folks. And we don't see anything through the center of the states. So with that one up high, I expect maybe maybe you, William, for Washington State, for them to start coming back down to run in the middle of the United States again. All right, so I'm going to move on. I got a lot of stuff here today, and I'm barely into it. And if you missed it, I showed the video. If you're just now joining us, I showed the video of the radioactive school at the beginning of the show. So you might have to back it up and watch it. Very informative. Now, we were talking about pet peeves on the plane. Don't lean your seat back. Well, guess what? Lo and behold, here comes another one. What is it with Fox News? And someone must have flied and did all this stuff and pissed off a bunch of passengers or something, because now there's more pet peeves. And it says, clipping your toenails. Who the heck trims their toenails when they're flying? I've never seen such a thing. I've seen ladies file their long nails. They're moving all that stuff around and they'll chip a nail. Um, I do it all the time. Mine are real and they grow like weeds. You guys would not believe how long my nails get if I just leave them. Um, and if you chip them or break one, they'll get their little file out. But who the heck trims their toenails? I It's a pet peeve. Don't do it. Don't do it. They say it really makes passengers angry, and it grosses them out. And some women even they say go to the bathroom and throw up, and some complain and demand to talk to the pilot. Oh boy, I'm glad I'm not flying right now. Boy, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put my seat back and trim my toenails when on my next airplane flight. And my sister Beth is probably chime in, Beth. She's not flying with me next time. And you watch, she won't fly with me. Um, um, Now, today, which is really odd, on today in history, October 18th, 1867, and this has to do with Russia. Um, the United States basically purchases Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million. So today, and this is what Putin's kind of complaining about, that it's what's next. And he says he wants to take Alaska back. Well, on this day, October 18th, 1867, is when we bought Alaska back from Russia. So anyway, all right, we got. I'm taking it, Susan. You're cracking up about the toenails. All right, I have to catch up on some of these comments, and definitely some prayers for Karen. Um, yes. All right. So I know you guys are wanting to know about the Buddeez. Buddeez. If anybody heard about it, it's on Amazon. Um, and I only talking about it because my grandson, he stays here part of the week and on the weekends. And you know what makes me mad? I bet it makes y'all mad. One thing, they don't shut the cupboards, and you got to go through and shut the cupboards after them. The other thing is they leave the bread open. Well, you know what? There's Buddeez. Buddeez. If you guys have ever heard about it, to me it looks like a Tupperware container for bread. Now, does anybody still do that? Does anybody still order Tupperware? So this Buddeez, it is a container for your bread. They sell it on Amazon in case you cannot get one through Tupperware. They say that this here will save your bread. Even if they leave it open, you know what mine would do? They would get the bread out. They would get their bread. They wouldn't put the tie back on it. They would put it back in that container and won't put the lid on it. That's my kids. What are Buddeez? Buddeez, I'm showing you right now. This is Buddeez. Buddeez is a storage container for your bread. And let's see if I can get a good picture. Right there. There you go. It was in Yahoo Life. Like I tell you, I go through a lot of articles, and Target's got them, Susan. And they sell Tupperware at Target now. We'll don't worry about the typos. Ellie does typos. Put it in the fridge; it lasts longer. That's what my sister does. The problem with that, my kids will put it in the fridge, and then I have bread open when my fridge opens. They don't close it. I even put a little sign: close the bread, close the cupboards. But then I felt like Monk. I was putting little posties all over my kitchen. Do this, do that, and it was like, now it just looks like a complaint department in my kitchen. So, all right, I'm going to move on. Flu season. I know you guys are just so excited about flu season. Somebody mentioned that earlier about the hot and the cold causes the flu. Now they say it's coming very fast. I do not My opinion on the shots, that's up to you and your doctor. I can't personally take them. I will get deathly ill if I do any of the flu shots. I think I can say shots. I don't know. Um, I have to do the pneumonia one every 4 or 5 years. Um, and I don't even think I've had it in a long time. Um, I just keep catching stupid colds from my granddaughter. She goes home to her dad and she comes back sick. Ask Karen. Karen's even called me and said, "Quit sending her there." I kid you not. I was sick for almost 2 years because of the way he keeps his house. All right, and I'm glad. Who cares? He could sue me. Oh boy, eat the bugs. Eat the bugs. Let them eat worms. Uh, boy, this I don't know. This might upset quite a few of you, but over in the UK, um, um, hundreds of schools in the Netherlands are running out of food. And when it came to Brexit, and it came to them talking about it in, I guess, Parliament, their basic answer to it was, let them eat worms, let them eat the bugs. Hundreds of schools in the Netherlands has started a campaign introducing to high school students mealworms insects as sustainable meat substitute. Are you kidding me? Give them hot dogs. Joe Biden said hot dogs are cheap. Oh my goodness. Um, let's see. Who had the cat that? Uh, Cats like bread. Yeah. Oh, mine like saltine crackers. I had a cat for years. If you pulled out saltine crackers, those with just saltines, the cat would like almost attack you for them. And if you didn't give them to her fast enough, she would snag the package and run off. Uh, yeah. So anyway, this campaign is introducing um, 10. It says 10 to 12-year-old kids. Even they're going to move it down, and that they say to bring about, guess what? Behavioral changes through unprejudiced children. So they want to change their thinking patterns. What kind of bugs are they going to give them besides mealworms? Um, this is they say it's part of their new, this is, get this, eating bugs and going forward is a part of their taste mission adventurous proteins campaign. And it's a part of the Dutch Food Week also. Um, when are they going to do that here? I'm going to give you a little bit of history about Michelle Obama. When Michelle Obama, it was in, her and the Obamas were in office, she cut school lunches and she changed them out to where they didn't get as much food. Took away the chocolate milk of all things. You should hear my grandkids. She took the chocolate milk. I said, take powder to school with you and put it in your milk. I got some in the cupboard. Just take some. But they want they wanted the school chocolate milk. Well, they did bring it back, but when are they going to start doing this? Is it now? Normally, your first lady does the school stuff. So is Jill Biden going to try this now with our kids? Are they going to make us, say that slogan, "Let them eat worms," or eat the bugs? They've been slowly introducing it, trying to introduce it as a sustainable meat or substitute meat here in the States. Don't fall for it, folks. Don't do it. I think Survivor, when they were doing, and I think the show's still on. I think when they had them eating bugs, um, I think it was a test. It was a pre-test to see if people will eat these bugs. No, 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 not even a mealworm. You fish with them. Take the bugs. Say, yeah, I'll take the bugs. Take them down. You put them on a hook and you catch you a fish. That's what you do with the mealworms. Catch you a fish And you know what? You got you a tasty little fish, fried fish for dinner, and you won't have to eat the worms. All right. Apples. A lot of people up north grow apples. We cannot grow them here. They don't make it. And they're saying with the freeze that people go out and it's picking time. And they say if you just leave the apples alone and don't touch them, they should be fine to be able to pick. So I got a video on it. So, and it's through the Weather Channel. Boy, they had some good ones today. So, as you could see, don't touch them. Don't touch them. How many people knew that? So the apples are still good. I thought I wanted to grow apple trees here. I think orange trees I'm going to have to do. So interesting. Yeah, somebody loves apples. Um, Someone asked earlier, am I moving? Not yet. Um, um, it's going to be a while. We're going to probably use it for hunting and camping for approximately a year or so. And then we're going to try to get a cabin up there. But my she shed studio, I want up there as soon as possible. That's a definite. I want that up there as soon as possible. So, because I want to go do shows up there is my thing. Um, I think you guys will love it up there. All right. So, for the first times, um, this is a beautiful human interest story, and it comes from Yahoo Life again. For the first time, names of Japanese American are the Americans incarcerated during World War II. The names are collected, and families stamp them in an emotional tribute. This is something that they are very proud of. It's very beautiful, folks. Look at this. Um, they have, with 75 wooden grave markers, each bearing the name of an incarcerated camp and glass vial containing soil from the site. And it's something that they're going to present here in the States. Um, Los Angeles. It was um, it's at the Japanese American National Museum in Los Angeles, and it's supposed to all go in tomorrow morning. So they were showing all of the family members the exhibit, um, and it just made them cry, made them weep. They said even Americans that got a chance to go look at it, it brought tears to their eyes of how beautiful it was, and how finally the United States is going to uh, do something for the wrong that we had done. So some people might not think it was wrong, but no, um, we shouldn't have incarcerated a lot of them. So, all right. So on to um, the fun list. The fun, and both of this one here is pretty long. Um, and I've been talking Star Trek, and we've been talking Love Boat Show. Well, there was a funny list for Star Trek versus the Love Boat. And they both have bald captains. On the Love Boat, young Vicky is related to a crew member and works on the ship. And on Star Trek, young Wesley is related to the doctor and works on the ship. Huh. Uh, you think they copy some of their ideas? The ship's doctor is the main character. The ship's doctor is the main character on Love Boat and Star Trek. On Love Boat, Julie, the cruise director, is sexy but annoying. Uh, on Star Trek, you got to look at Miss Troy. Uh, the counselor is sexy but can be annoying. On Love Boat, actors stand in front of a screen upon which is projected background of the open sea. Actors on Star Trek stand in front of a screen upon which is projected background of open space. Uh, Love Boat, going to strange new ports of call. Um, Star Trek is going to strange new world. Love Boat's got a cheesy opening song. So does Star Trek. Uh, Too many scenes of self-indulgent in the lounge, and too many scenes of self-indulgent in the holodeck. I don't know. I thought the bar was worse. They're all over there in the bar getting whatever. Do they get drunk on Star Trek? Those drinks, alcoholic? Do you know? I know they were on the Love Boat, but I don't know. I don't know. They had those blues and all them strange looking drinks. I wonder if they were alcoholic. So no wonder they were seeing stuff in the holodeck. Yeah, that could be it. Um, so in it was in late night syndication. So was Star Trek. Love Boat socially. Um, uh, Characters with a job description for their name, like Gopher. Uh, Also, the same thing, jobs description. Uh, of course, it would have to be Data. A bad 2 hour pilot and multiple specials. Same way with, um, the only thing that they didn't do is Love Boat didn't have Love Boat 1, Love Boat 2, Love Boat 3, Love Boat 4. I think Star Trek had like five uh, movies at the theater afterwards. So I found something they didn't have in common. Love Boat has lifeboats and flotation devices. Enterprise has a shuttlecraft and saucer section and emergency pods. One character is replaced, then returns for visits, which was Julie. Uh, they say on the other one on Star Trek, it was Crusher. I believe that was the nurse. After a fact based scenes with pointless discussions. Um, I don't know about that. I don't know. Uh, I don't remember anything being fact based in Star Trek. It was all way out there. So Captain's Stubing straightens uniform with um, when he's disgusted, nervous, or angry. Captain on the Star Trek does the same thing. Not only Kirk, but um, what was one? I don't know all the captains' names on all them ships, but the other ones did too. And it seems that when you watch some of the sci-fi movies, they do that a lot when they get angry. The captain always shuffles around and straightens up his uniform. Aaron Spelling rules with an iron fist. So did Gene Roddenberry. Isaac the bartender has uh, they say has useless gesture pointing, and so does Captain Picard. Uh, I don't know. Whoopi was the bartender on the other one, I believe. She was the same way. Boy, what happened to her? Did she got angry? Hey, Miss Sherry, uh, here's one of my favorite viewers for earthquakes. And so hello to Miss Sherry. Glad to see you here. All right, so onward to the next list before it gets too late. And we're still on the bucket list. Yeah, I told you there's 100 of them. So I'll run down these really quick. So the bucket list, run run down the street yelling, "They're back, they're back." Go into a very crowded elevator and say, "I bet you're all wondering why we are gathered here today." Boy, these are I think jokes for you to do uh, if you want to have a great time on a bucket list. Block the door at the store and ask for an entry password. Act like a depressed person and cry in a public place. And when someone asks what's wrong with you, say, I'm not, I am not able to find out my killers. Boy, that'll really freak people out. Um, tell your tell your children over dinner, due to the economy, we're going to let one of you go. Now I say, due to the economy, we're going to feed you bugs tonight because the Netherlands, they said, let them eat bugs. Yeah. Okay. Office space. Meow on each received email. Oh, I didn't think about that. That would be a great noise for my phone. It drives some people nuts. They think I had a cat in my purse. Um, this is a bit of a stretch, they say, but if you intend a major in psychology, oh boy, then you can accomplish this easy. When someone asks for fries, ask them why they want those fries with their meal. I guess you could do it, if the waitress asks you and ask why you would want fries with your meal. I don't know. Take a, oh boy, here you go. Where's Linda or even Judith? Take a stuffed animal to the vet. Yeah, there you go. Take a stuffed animal to the vet. All right, so that is it. And boy, I tried moving shows around so Monday could take up a lot of the Tuesdays news because there's always a lot of it on Tuesday. Well, I did it, and today it's full. And I've even asked William to join me if he would like. So William might be in there. I have got so much world news of what's going on. It seems like everybody is just in an uproar. So, we're going to have to pray for the world and that everybody calms down and maybe we can get some world peace. Um, so, with that, folks, that is it. Um, if you're new, come on back and watch the show and tell your friends and family about us and share it on your Facebook and your Twitter. Um, even I don't know, tell someone in line about it. Get out there in November. You got to get that vote out, folks. Get the vote out. Take someone with you. Dan Bongino, one of he said, get 10 people to go. I'm just asking for one. Take one person or tell one person that usually don't, and to tell them to go. So, with that, subscribe and share and hit that like button. And over on Facebook, hit the follow and the like. And we will see you guys in about 15 minutes if you're following me onward to the news. And if not, we will see you tomorrow morning. We also have William today and tomorrow, probably. So, some great shows is going to happen this week. And good to see you, Sherry. Come on back. Come on back more. We've been missing you. So with that, we'll see you all real soon. And God bless.